Hello and welcome to the Twin City Security Office Orientation video series. My name is Bex and today I'm going to walk you through email etiquette and why it matters. So, disclaimer before we get too far into this. To state the obvious, I personally don't know anybody who likes having to look at their work email, sort through it, and do what needs to be done accordingly. And I'm including myself in that collective. Now, if you are the outlier, you have my undying respect and admiration. But for the rest of us normies, please remember that work emails are a necessary and vital part of being a functional and up-to-date team. Therefore, I am going to teach you what you need to know to make checking them and staying up to date as easy and smooth as it possibly can be. So thank you in advance so much for bearing with me on this topic. All right, so here's what you need to know for this video. First up is the importance of checking emails regularly. Second is which email addresses you need to be looking out for. And third is how to make sure that you do not miss any TCS emails. So, Twin City Security is shifting to make prioritizing emails our primary communication channel for urgent and time-sensitive announcements / information. Along that theme, we're going to start with the importance of checking emails regularly. Now, there are so many reasons why this matters, and they are including, but not limited to, the following 5 things. First up, policies do get updated, and when that happens, they need to be re-signed by every employee. And the easiest way to make that happen is to email everyone who needs to re-sign those policies. The second thing is that emails are another way to get in touch with you if your phone is dead or out of service or something else has happened to it. Third is that sometimes we need to ask you important and necessary questions en masse, and the simplest way to do that is to send everybody the same email. Fourth is because keeping you plugged into valuable company newsletter information matters immensely. Every newsletter we send has critically important information and also some fun stuff that you'll probably want to know about. So we send everybody the newsletter via email, and you need to see those, read them, and keep up to date with whatever's in them. And finally, we need to ensure your participation in important TCS surveys. We don't have surveys often, but when we do have them, they matter immensely, and sending you them via email is the simplest way to do it. So next thing we need to talk about is which email addresses to look out for. Currently, TCS has 2 that matter to you as the employee. The first is twincitys367@gmail.com. That is our main business communication email. So that's the one that you're going to be looking for with the most amount of frequency. Second is one called snadaughter@gmail.com. That one is occasionally used for Adobe signatures. And Adobe signatures are going to be for documents that are, for instance, policies getting updated and needing your signature. Now, sidebar on this, that email, the snadaughter@gmail.com, is likely going to be changing soon, and you will be updated accordingly, most likely via email. Okay, so how exactly do you make sure that you do not miss any TCS emails, regardless of which email they're coming from? Well, part A is retrieval, and part B is starring and pinning. So let's talk about part A first. For this, you're going to want to check your spam and deleted folders for the TCS email addresses that we just talked about. If they're there, you'll need to put them back into your main inbox. And part B is starring and pinning. For this, you're going to want to add the TCS email addresses to your starred/pinned list. Okay, so how exactly do you retrieve things from spam and or trash? There are several steps, and we'll go through them one by one. Step 1 is looking for your spam and trash folders. So, how you find them is you go to the primary page of whatever email you use. I'm using Gmail as an example here because that's the one that I use. So you go to your Gmail and you're going to go all the way to the far left-hand side of the screen and you're going to see a list of items. At the top is compose, then inbox, then starred, then snoozed, and you go all the way down and at the very bottom you'll see spam and trash. If you're not seeing those options, that's because they're part of what is called the extended menu. And sometimes certain servers will hide the extended menu until you choose to see it. So if you have that issue, you're just going to go to that same menu and below sent and drafts, you'll see a more option and you'll see a down arrow. Click that and then you'll be able to see the spam and trash options. So either way, whether it's in spam or trash, and you might need to check both, you're going to click that respective tab, spam or trash. Then you're going to go to the search bar within whatever segment you're in, whether it's spam or trash, and you are going to search for the Twin City email addresses. In this case, the example I'm using is the main one, the one you're going to get most of the emails from, which is twincitys367@gmail.com. So once you've searched that, there is some degree of likelihood that you will probably have an email from Twin City in either your spam or your trash folders, or potentially both. When you see those emails, what you're going to do is you're going to take your mouse and you're going to put it on that email. On the far left-hand side of that email, you will see a box and a star. You can either click into the box and give it a check mark, or you can just make sure that your mouse is over that section of the email. Then step 4, you're going to click and drag the email back up to where it says inbox. Again, inbox is going to be on the far left-hand side of your screen, and it's going to be directly below the compose option. So you're going to drag your email back to where it says inbox, and you're going to release your click when inbox turns a different color. Generally, it turns yellow, but even if it doesn't, so long as the color has changed, that is your computer indicating to you that the email has successfully been placed back into your inbox. So then, step 6 is going to be clicking back into your inbox. But we're not done quite yet. Step 7. You're going to go all the way to the top left-hand corner of the page of your browser that you're looking at, and you're going to click that circle arrow button. That is called the reload button. Once you clicked it, you're going to then go into the search bar within your email. So it's not the search bar that's at the very top of your web page, because that's the search bar to look at a totally different browser. Go somewhere else on the internet entirely. So you're going to look slightly below that, inside of your specific email, whether it's Gmail or whatever else. And then you will see a second search bar tab. That is the one that you're going to want to use. And then you're going to look for the email address for TCS. Again, in this case, for this example, it's twincitys367@gmail.com. Then you click the enter button and you're at the last step, step 9. You will then see all of the emails that have been returned to your inbox from either your spam or trash folders or both. And then you can just go through them, click into them, see whatever you missed, and respond accordingly. So that is how you retrieve any TCS email from the spam or the trash folders. I know it's a long process, but it goes a lot quicker once you get used to how to do it. So don't freak out too much. So once you've retrieved, then we get to starring versus pinning. Now, why are there two different words here? That's a great question. Here's how it goes. Starring versus pinning. They're two different names for the same exact process of letting your chosen email server know that you care about giving priority to TCS emails. Giving priority is where you tell your email server of choice that TCS emails matter more to you than other emails do. So the only reason that there's two different names at play is because Outlook decided that it wanted to be fancy. So now we all have to suffer confusion accordingly. So here's how it goes. Starring is for all of the other main types of email servers: AOL, Gmail, Proton Mail, and Yahoo Mail. Pinning is specific to Outlook, which I have dubbed the outlier. So how exactly do you do those two things? If you are in AOL, Gmail, Proton Mail, and /or Yahoo Mail, there's 4 steps involved. Step 1 is you go to your main page where it says your email server. In this case, Gmail is the example I'm using. You find the Compose button, and then right below it is the Inbox button, and you click into your inbox. Then you're going to go, for step 2, to the search bar for your email, not the search bar for going from one web page to another, but specifically the one for your email, and you're going to search for the TCS emails. In this case, the example being used is the main email where most of your emails from TCS are coming from, and that's twincitys367@gmail.com. Step 3 is that when you see the emails from TCS, on the left-hand side of the email, it's going to have a box and a star. You want to click the star so it turns a different color. For Gmail, that color is yellow. And then step 4 is you're going to go back to your main column where it says Compose, Inbox, etc. And right below Inbox is the starred column. You're going to press starred, and that will get you to all of your starred emails, which, if you've done the appropriate thing and you have starred all of the TCS emails, you'll then be able to see all the TCS emails in your starred portion of your inbox. Then, once again, you can just open them each and answer them accordingly. So what about if you have Outlook, the outlier, Mr. Specialty item? Here's how you do it. It's actually less steps, but they're more complicated. So, the give and take of life, as it were. Step 1, you are going to go to Outlook's, whenever you open up Outlook on your email, it's going to land you somewhere. And then on the top of the screen, you'll see a variety of options. You'll see 3 bars, so it'll say Outlook, and then you'll have 3 bars directly below it. And directly to the right of those 3 bars, it'll say Home. So then you click Home, and then you're going to look down the menu, and under Favorites, you'll see Inbox. You need to click both Home and Inbox to get you to your Outlook email inbox. So, rather complicated step 1. Then step 2 is you're going to go where it says Inbox. You can actually use the search bar there, directly next to it, and you can type in, just like you would with all the other email servers, twincity367@gmail.com. Or if you're looking for something from the SNA daughter, you can look that up as well. Then for step 3, you're going to see all of the emails you've gotten from Twin City, and you actually are going to have to hover your mouse over the emails, because the options you can see just by looking at them aren't going to be the options that you need, because once again, Outlook is special. So you're gonna have to hover your mouse over it, and then 2 options will appear. You'll see next to the little email box symbol on the left of those 3, you will then also see a flag and what looks to be a thumbtack. Click the thumbtack, and what that does is it tells it'll tell Outlook that all the TCS emails that you've clicked the thumbtack for have the most priority to you. And whenever you go back to your email inbox using step 1, it will repopulate with those pinned emails being at the top. So then you can see them first and you can respond to them accordingly. So that's how starring and pinning work, depending on which email server you are in. Now, another specialty item that you need to know is that with Gmail specifically, it does this thing where your starred emails will sync across your devices. If you have a phone, a tablet, a computer, etc. And it'll sync across all of them, provided that you are using the same email account for all of those devices. In layman's terms, that means that you can see all emails on all devices that are linked to that email address. For example, my phone and my computer at home are both hooked up to my Gmail address. So anything that comes through on one will also come through on the other, including all of my starred emails, of which TCS is part of that collective. So that's a cool thing that Gmail does, and I hope that you find it as helpful as I do. All right, I did my very best to make sure that I talked about every type of email provider that I could find that people who work for TCS are likely to use. However, I'm not oblivious to the fact that I might have missed some kind of an email provider. So, if that has occurred here, first, I apologize, but second, you can actually use your preferred search engine to find out how to flag emails as important or priority status in your email provider. And if you would like, you can even go one step further than that. If you don't want to figure it out for yourself, you can ask the office personnel to have me make a video for your specific email provider. And perhaps that is something I will be given license to do. So that's how that works if somehow I have left your email provider out of the mix. All right, a friendly reminder on this before we get to the end of everything. If you do not currently have any emails from TCS in your inbox, rock on Donkey Kong, that's fantastic for you. But just remember that eventually you will have an email from TCS in your inbox, and then you will need to follow the steps outlined in this video to look at it, or to find it, look at it, respond accordingly, etc. And I would say that the best practice is to check your email for emails from TCS at least once per week. Twice per week or 3 times per week would probably be the best option, but at least once per week is a good habit to get into. All right, final reminders, of which there are 5. Number 1, receiving, opening, and following the instructions of your TCS emails is non-optional. You must do it. It's just part of the professionality that comes with working for TCS. Number 2, it is both a requirement and a vital part of making sure that you stay fully informed, up to date, and in regs here at TCS. Number 3, we will not spam you. And in return, we need you to stay on top of the emails that we do send you, because every single one of them has been sent to you for an important reason. Number 4, it can only benefit you to follow these instructions. And number 5, if you have any questions or comments or concerns, just talk to the office personnel. We are here to work with you and get things figured out. All right, above all else, please remember that we want you to succeed here, and we appreciate both your hard work and your honesty. So thank you, not just for watching this video, but also for being a part of making Twin Cities Security such a phenomenal workplace. I hope that you have a phenomenal rest of your day.